Hey guys, how are you doing? So, hope you're having a great readathon if you're participating. If you're not, you should really look into it for the next one. I think the next one's in January, so you have time. So, I'm not going to talk about the readathon today. I'm going to do a wrap up at the end of it. So, probably I'll film it on Monday. But today I just wanted to film a very short video, but I wanted to film a review on one of the latest books I read before the readathon, and that's Witches of East End by Melissa de la Cruz. I really like this book. I loved it, actually. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. At the beginning, to tell you the truth, it was kind of slower, but then these, I guess when the mystery started really setting in and we started asking ourselves a bunch of questions, I just had to keep reading till I find out what was the whole deal with this book. I also took a bit of time with it just because I was like more than halfway through. I had like maybe about 100 pages. No, it's 202 pages. I had like maybe around 70 pages left to read, and I still had a week before the readathon, so I wanted to kind of take my time, so I would just finish a book and start another one, so I wouldn't have, because you kind of lose momentum, let's say. So I just wanted to finish one and start another one. So I think I finished it on Friday, a couple of days before the readathon started. So yeah, this book is really, really awesome. I've always been a big fan of witchcraft. Well, I don't practice it, but I've been, a big fan of the idea. I was, I grew up on watching Charmed, and when I was younger I used to watch, Sabrina the Teenage Witch and things like that. And so witchcraft is always intriguing. It's always fun. It's I don't know, it's something that's very interesting to me. So this book obviously talks a bit about witchcraft. So it talks about 3 people mainly, and they're the Beauchamp girls. There's their mother, what's her name? Joanna. There we go. Joanna, and the 2 girls, Ingrid and Freya. So at the beginning of the book, Freya's engaged. Actually, I think the first chapter is at her engagement party with this guy called Bran Gardner. Now Bran is the Gardner family is one of the most prominent families of this town where they live in, called Northampton. I think, yeah, Northampton. Yes. So it's this very secluded part of then in New York. I don't know if it's on Long Island or something like that. Anyways, it's not important. It's in New York. It's very secluded, so people usually tend to stumble on it or and by mistake, and then they can't find it again. So it's pretty secluded, so that's why they chose to be there. And we learn also at the beginning of the book that there's a restriction, so they're not allowed to practice magic, and they haven't for about, let's say, about 4 centuries basically. So that's that. You kind of discover throughout the book what the restriction is, what's the terrible thing that happened that led to this restriction. You also it kind of unveils this story about the Gardner's house, and you get to know who Ingrid, Freya, Joanna, and everyone really is, basically. It has a mixture of witchcraft and so witchcraft love potions and charms and things like that, good luck charms and things like that, and bring people back from the dead. And it has a mixture of mythology in there, and to be exact, Norse mythology. So I've never really been that into Norse mythology. I've never really done a bunch of research. It was very nice because I googled names that I saw in this book while I was reading it, so I got to know a bit more about the traditions, the folklore, the myths, and all that. It's a really interesting book. It's part of a trilogy. I don't remember what's the name of the two other books that follow this one, but and they're companion novels to this first series that she wrote called Blue Bloods, that talks about vampires. So it kind of, some of the characters of Blue Bloods like appear in this one. And yeah, so it's a very, very nice book. It's fun, it's short, it's 202 pages, I believe, 272 pages, I believe, yeah. So it's very nice, and like in my edition, like the handwriting, like the typing is super big, and it just keeps you very, very interested. However, I think I mentioned it in my last video, just beware, it does have a bit of mature content. Bunch of like the sex scenes are pretty well described, so if you're like a younger person, or like, I don't know, if you have like you don't like reading this kind of stuff, just beware before going into it. And yeah, hope you guys give it a try. I know it was a very thorough review, or very organized, but I just wanted to let you guys know how I felt about this book. I loved it. I think I gave it 4.5 stars, I'm not sure, something like that. And I think it's worth it. It's a fun read, especially school is starting soon. It's a kind of like, it's a great book to finish like the summer vacation with, because it's light, it's fun, it's intriguing, so it keeps you, it's like, it's a page turner. You want to know, you want to figure out what's going on. And yeah, so give it a try. If you've read it, please write in the comments below like what you thought of it, if you liked it too, if you didn't like it. Just keep it spoilers free, obviously, just in case, you know, like if people haven't read this book and they were thinking of reading it, so we don't spoil it for them. And yeah, if you haven't read it and you feel like reading it now, just write a comment, let me know when you read it, or if you plan on reading it, and things like that. So see you guys in my next video, which probably will be my wrap up. I don't think I'm gonna film anything else, just because I'd rather read meanwhile. So have a great end of the readathon if you're participating. If you're not, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.